Hello there, Slamscape here. Today, I want to talk to you about the ongoing mystery that is currently active in Elite Dangerous. On Thursday, August 28th, I woke up to a tweet from Elite Dangerous with a mystery. The title was "A Secret to be Uncovered, a Trail to be Followed." And it was just a quick 5-second video of a communication beacon. I also found out that the location of it had already been figured out by a Commander Doza Nukakza, something like that. It's a lot of upper and lowercase letters. Anyway, so that led us to the location of the first beacon. There was a message there that was encoded, and after about 2 days, nothing new had been found until a new message popped up in all commanders' inboxes with more information about the mystery. The message read, "Help find my missing students. Commander, an old friend in the Pilots Federation, has allowed me to use this channel to ask for your help. Terri Tora, a maverick in the exobiology field, has gone radio silent. I'm her assistant and sponsor. We've worked closely for years, specializing in rare alien flora and fauna. Her last comms message was 3 weeks ago. Since then, I haven't heard anything. It's not like Terri, we usually talk every other day. Our last conversation was quite animated. Terri said she was on the verge of uncovering something big, a discovery that would excite the wider scientific community. I can't share much more yet, we'll explain further soon. But Terri has good instincts, and if she says her hunt was for something important, then I believe her. I've traced her last position to somewhere in the vicinity of Col 285 sector TQ-A B15-4. Has to have been within a 10 light year radius. Head out there and see if you can find anything. Look for comm beacons, relays, and anything that could store information. I've added her transponder ID to this message, so your ship computer will filter out and automatically decode any secure comm sent from Terri. I appreciate any help you can give. Professor Frank Reddix." With that information, the larger Elite Dangerous community began a scavenger hunt. Anyway, I just want to say anything going forward from this point is going to be a spoiler, so if you want to figure out the mystery for yourself, I would turn off now. So, moving forward with spoilers, it looks like there are some rewards. It doesn't really tell you what the rewards are in the final message. It looks to be a Mandalay skin and a Panther Clipper skin. We'll post them up on the screen now. And if I figure out anything else before I post this video live, I'll put them up as well. Also, I just wanted to say, personally, I'm a little disappointed. I had hoped this was going to be more of like a mystery, but it turned out to be more of a time-gated scavenger hunt, similar to the Halloween and holiday events. But yeah, it was still, interesting to figure out. Anyway, so starting off, we head to Jungkurara, which is where the location of the first beacon was found. Originally, there was an encoded message, but if you scanned it once you got the message sent to everybody, it changed to, I think I found something, decoding message Tora Codex protocol. Prof, I'm leaving these messages encrypted from here. I can't let what I'm about to attempt get found out. Don't frown, but I've dragged 2 of your newest students, Alex and Alicia, with me to help me track this down. This is too important to exoscience. I'm following the trail to the next system, encoding the location. A mirror would come in handy. And then a bunch of zeros and ones. I'm not going to read through them all. The way to solve it was to reverse the numbers and then plug the resulting binary code into a binary to text translator. And the results were Albarib, which is of course the name of a system. Upon arriving at Albarib, I quickly noticed in the left-hand panel that there was a point of interest titled Z2A-4. As I approached, I realized that it was actually on a planet's surface, so I made my way down there and saw a crashed Type 9 with a communication beacon, and so I embarked on my SRV to check it out. I scanned the communication beacon first, and we got a message that was from Professor Frank Radix, which was, "What is Terri up to? Commander, it's just like Terri to get herself into trouble, and now she's dragging others into her mischief. She was my brightest student and also the most troublesome. While the rest preferred more rigorous and academic methods to study exobiology, Terri loved the field trips out in the black. She saw exobiology as an adventure. I do hope this isn't her last. Professor Frank Radix." So I looked around and then found another beacon on the part of the destroyed ship, the ship data core, and so I scanned that as well with my SRV and got another message. Z2A-4, we've been attacked. Decoding message. We were attacked by opportunist pirates while aiding Terri on her little quest. I fear this is our last message unless we're rescued, but she asked us to encode her last transmission in the hopes you find this. Professor Frank, it's just a bunch of letters. KJMPK RPPQ OMPLOZBK. She said it's a 2-stage encryption and to use our ship as the key, whatever that means. Good luck, and don't be too annoyed with us the next time you see us in class, Alex. So, we had a bunch of letters and not a lot of information to go on. I tried a few different, things. I tried some normal ciphers and things, but it just came up gibberish. So I eventually realized that it's called, it was in 2 parts. The first part was an @bash cipher, which is basically taking the letter A and swapping it with Z, B and swapping it with Y, C with X, and so on. So that gave us one sequence of letters, which were PQNKP, IKKJ, INKOLAYP. So then I took those letters and put that into a Caesar cipher -4, which I think is where the -4 from the ship name comes from. And once that was done, it resolved into the message Turot Moon Prospect, which again, of course, Turot is the name of a system, and Moon Prospect is a surface port. So I made my way over to Turot. Once I arrived at Turot, I made my way towards Moon Prospect, and I noticed as I got closer that another communication beacon POI had popped up. I was just right next to it, so I made my way down and got into my SRV again and scanned the beacon, and we received another message. This one said, "Getting closer to the truth. An October Consortium science expedition using 2 megaships passed through here recently. It seems one of the megaships can get me where I need to go because someone in October I know can sneak me aboard. I'm heading out again. Keep up and hopefully see you at 24, 9, 18, 9, 25, 1, 14, 15, 1, and 18. And that's from Terri again. This one was pretty easy to figure out. It was just substituting the numbers for the corresponding letters. 1 would equal A, 2 equals B, 3 equals C, and so forth. This came to spell out Xiriyanoar, something similar to that. I'll post it up on the screen. So I made my way there next. Upon arriving in Xiriyanoar, I noticed another listening beacon, and so I made my way over there. Did the same thing, scanned it again. This time I got 2 messages. One was from Terri, and one was from the professor again. So the professor says, "Commander, please hurry. I fear for Terri's sake. She seems to be on the verge of uncovering something that could radically shake up the exobiology field, and it seems she's attracting too much interest in her little quest." So then Terri's message says, "They might be on to me. I'm dropping this beacon. I'm sure comms are being tracked now. I think someone from the last outpost has alerted ahead of me," which is kind of a weird way to put that. Anyway, damn, I thought I was being careful. I can't get caught, not when I'm this close. encoding my location again. Maybe use the codex for this one. Left-hand side of the knowledge base, 6th entry, 5th paragraph, which was pretty easy to figure out. So went to the codex. Knowledge base, 6th entry, and the 5th paragraph, which is a line about the Golconda, and it mentions the Upaniklis system. So obviously that was the next location to head to. So once arriving at the Upaniklis, I don't know, I'll get it right one of these days. Of course, there was another communication beacon, so I made my way over there again, and once scanned, we received our last message for the day. This says, "There's a secret they don't want us to know. I'm aboard. My contact came through and my sources were right. Something is definitely being kept a secret, but nobody knows why. I managed to scan their jump manifest, but it's incomplete. Sorry. Best thing you can do is find the ship and scan the manifest properly for all locations. I can't transmit again for fear of being discovered. The location order is listed, so my guess is that you will only be able to locate the ship in the target system in short intervals. According to the manifest, it should restart a new run on 31st August at 1800 UGT. I'm encrypting the manifest. If in doubt, your student Visionaire has the key." Then we get 5 sequences of letters, pretty much spelled out on there. You need to use a Visionaire cipher to solve it. And after a little testing, I tried doubt, of course, and that worked, which led us to an order of systems. Nukamba in the 1, Graphias 2, Vodyakamana 3, Marfic 4, and Upaniklis 5. So now we all had a set of systems to visit and a time. October 31st at 1800 hours. All that was left to do was wait. So here we are on August 31st, around 1800 hours, patiently waiting to see what happens. I personally went to the second system, Graphias, because it sounded like that there would be a limited amount of time that these megaships would be there, but that turned out to be not the case. But anyway, once 1800 hours popped off, there was a new signal source in the new Nukamba system. At it was a megaship, the Cygnus, and once you scanned the beacon on it, you got a manifest of jump locations. The ones we knew about: Nukamba, Graphias, Vodyakamana, Marfic, Upaniklis. Then we also found out HR 6524 and Col 359 sector AE-N B9-4, and another spot October encryption error, rendezvous with Orion on completion. As of September 1st, the Cygnus is no longer in Nukamba. It left about 4 hours after it initially appeared, and then around 6 server time, it appeared at Graphias on the 1st, and then it briefly disappeared and then reappeared, and then disappeared again around 1500. And so it seems to be jumping between systems, but it's not on any sort of pattern that we've been able to discern so far. I'll post a link to the Canon research page so you can look and see when it shows up. So the next system we would head off to would be HR 6524 to continue on our hunt. Once I headed over there, I found that there was another megaship called the Orion. I scanned that uplink and found a message. I don't know why the captain of the Cygnus is so sloppy. It's just the usual sweep of potential sites. We'll wait here a little longer. I expect we'll rendezvous at Col 359 sector AE-N B9-4 to compare scans before heading into the target system again for final analysis. The last system we needed to check out from the Cygnus manifest was Col 359 sector AE-N B9-4. And once we arrived at the communication beacon and scanned it, I received 2 messages this time. One from the professor and one from Terri. From Terri it says, "Prof, I've asked my contact to drop this beacon. I'm going to try to get off the ship undetected while they're conducting more scans. They've had this place permit locked for years and I've no idea who they are, but it's clear the October Consortium has something to do with it. Otherwise, how else could they get by the permit lock? I'm not sure how long I'll be able to stay without being discovered, but from my initial scans, I think I've stumbled onto something that will blow your mind, Terri." And then we had the message from the professor, which I had a problem with, and many other people did. There was some sort of issue with scanning things out of order, and not everyone was getting it. But I was able to get it, and it seems like there is a fix they're working on. But anyway, the message says, "Professor Frank Reddick, what did she find? Commander, this appears to be the final message from Terri. There are no more encrypted messages here. That concerns me. If I'm reading the data from this, there's a permit-locked system neighboring this one, but its contents aren't registered on any cartographic map as far as I can tell. What could be in there? What was she hunting for that is being kept so secret? And who wants to keep it a secret? Any secret big enough to hide from explorers and exobiologists must mean something remarkable. I'm going to continue to dig into this. You'll from me again once I find out useful. Something feels wrong about all of this, but I now know I can count on your help. I've issued a reward to your account." So, it appears right now that that's the end, but it seems like there might be more. There's a few things fishy. There's some words missing from the professor's message, or at least it feels like it. And there is a permit-locked system nearby. The system in question is HIP 87621. It is currently permit-locked, and it is near the general vicinity. So for now, I think we're just waiting to see what happens. My guess is that something will happen when the 2 megaships finally rendezvous in HR 6524. Although if they're heading into a permit-locked system, then we'll need some way to get the permit, or it will have to lose the permit lock before we can investigate. But anyway, it seems like maybe there's some new exobiology, either sample to discover or a new game loop for exobiology. I guess we're just waiting to see what happens. My best guess is that they will rendezvous either on server reset on Thursday or a few hours before. But I guess we're gonna wait and see. I'll update you as things unfold. But if you want to get your rewards, I would suggest doing it sooner rather than later, because Frontier tends to make these things only last a week or so. I mean, it's possible this one will be available longer, but I wouldn't want to take that chance. But how you liking this mystery? Are you finding it interesting or just not caring? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.